The Sports Scouting Report with Lee Brecheen. Brought to you by Medine's Collision Center in Baton Rouge. Take control, choose Medine's. Grosse Savant Lodge, south of Lake Charles, the true sportsman's paradise. Treads and Care Company in Central, the tires you need, the service you want. Harvey Auto in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you have trusted for years. And Gage in Baton Rouge. Get better connected with Gage. Here's your host, Lee Brecheen.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lee Brecheen, your host of Sports Scouting Report. Today, I am very honored to welcome our North Louisiana School of the Week, Union Parish, which is a big-time program. We got head coach Joe Spatafora with us and his star running back, Trey Holly. Trey's I want to say been All-State 10 years in a row. I mean, seems like 10 years. Trey's been starting. I mean, even when he was a backup, I think Coach told me over 1,000 yards as a freshman, which is unheard of in today's day. But Coach, I want to start off with you. Thanks for joining us. First of all, man, thank you.
Oh, glad that you had us here, and I appreciate everything you do for us and every young man in the state.
Coach, the first thing people want to know, and I want to let them know, is that you are known for weightlifting. And I think looking at you, they'll say yes. I mean, you look like the Miami Hurricane strength coach, right, Trey? Doesn't he look? I mean, you look like you could go over to Coral Gables and be the strength coach or be at LSU. But weightlifting is important for a program, and you can tell when I watch your teams play. Everybody, you can tell they're picking up weights year round.
Yes, we definitely do. And I believe I got to practice what I preach, so I try to stay in as good a shape as I can. Plus, these boys, they like to challenge me sometimes, so I've got to be in shape to handle that and maybe wrestle around with them a little bit and things like that. So, but yeah, it's very vital what you do. It's first of all, it's preventive maintenance. The main thing is we're trying to make it through a season healthy, and of course, you've got to be strong and fast and endured and flexible to do all that. But we know that, everything starts in that weight room and then progresses from there.
Joe, tell everybody your background. I mean, before Union Parish, you had a big influence on your coaching career.
My father was he was a basketball coach, and he passed when I was 8 years old. So, just coaches had a lot of influence on my life, and just some good men that, that my dad were really good friends with, took care of me and kept me involved in sports. And, it's what made me and helped me get through what I needed to get through and learn the discipline and the hard work and the teamwork and everything that's involved in it. And, it just kind of pushed me to that field.
Not many Class 2A and 3A programs have offensive lines like yours. And I know that's a credit to your weight room, because when those guys break the huddle, and I know Trey's a great back, but Trey, I know you feel good having those big guys. And when I say big, not fat, big guys in blocking. Right.
That's one thing we've never had a problem here with. We've always had those big linemen, and the thing about them is those guys take pride in doing their jobs up front. And, it makes it easy to be able to run the ball when you got those guys.
Yeah. Coach, you have lost great players every year. Another tribute to you as a coach. And I know this young man's been with you a long time, but most of your guys start 2 years. Not of them start 4 years like Trey. But what do you think about going into this coming year? You got another group coming up behind your senior group, and you told me you're pretty excited about these young guys too.
Yeah, we are. We'll be young on the offensive line, which, Trey's seasoned veteran out there, and he's got his tight end back. And then Josh Boy, who actually started for us as a freshman this year on the offensive line. Other than that, we lost everybody off that O-line, so replacing 4 of those guys. But, Trey's going to be a leader out there, and he's going to make sure those guys get what they're going to be and do what they're going to do. And it may be some incoming freshmen that replace those guys, but I'm going to tell you, they're not small either.
Yeah. I saw me and you were talking about it. They got some 280s in that group, 6'1", that can run and move. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We're going to introduce Trey Holly, who's been sitting there listening right next to Coach, committed to LSU. I know a lot of Tiger fans are watching where we broadcast out of Baton Rouge. They're really happy with that. But we're going to come back and introduce Trey. We're going to have more of Coach Joe Spatafora, the head coach of Union Parish High School in North Louisiana. We'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back. You listen to Sports Scouting Report. I'm Lee Brecheen, your host. I try to get all those college hats behind me. We've got UL, got ULM of Monroe. I got LSU somewhere back there. I think I got the Saints. I mean, I got Tech somewhere, Northwestern State. But this man that's joining us, this young man, Trey Holly, one of the best players in Louisiana, committed to Louisiana State, as they say, LSU University here in Baton Rouge. Trey, thanks for joining us, man.
Oh, yeah, no problem, no problem.
You're going to be a senior. And like Jace mentioned earlier, I watched you as a freshman, and I remember you were getting reps. I mean, you weren't even the starter, and you had 1,200 yards. And I was like, man, that guy can go. And you were what, 160 maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe 165?
5, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, but you were a freshman, what, 14, 13 years old. And you need 875 yards to break the state record for rushing yards. That's from class 1A to 5A. That's Nick Brossette, former LSU running back from U High. I know that you'll get that this year, but what has it been like to play for Coach Joe? I mean, Spatafora, and he's an intense guy. Y'all bring it. Y'all run the ball. People know it, and you still can do it. I mean, they know you're coming, and you're still getting 200 yards a game rushing, maybe at halftime most of these games.
I mean, growing up, I always wanted to play for Coach Spat. Like, seeing him coaching like the 2013 state championship game down in New Orleans, I used to always say, dang, that's going to be me. See, I used to go to a school called Darbourne Woods. Like, I wasn't, like, from Union. But I used to beg my mom to, like, let's take me to Union. I want to play for Coach Spat. And, like, one day she just said, okay, I'll take you. So, like, as I got up here, I played 7th grade ball in junior high at Union Parish. I guess Coach Spat came to one of my games. He was like, nah, that's too easy. Like, I'd never get tackled and nothing like that. Scored, like, 8, 9 touchdowns a game in junior high. And so, like, my 8th grade year, like, I never played junior high again. Like, but my first high school game in 8th grade, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of scared, nervous. Because it was, like, my first game. I was nervous. I ain't know, like, what to expect or nothing like that. But, I mean, like, our first game, I still remember Evangel. There was this big kid. I forgot where he went to. He was, like, the talk, like me, how I am now. He was, like, the man. So, like, everybody was talking about him. He was big and stocky and stuff. So, like, the first play of the game, I was on kickoff. I ran down and hit the kid. Crowd went crazy. So, I thought, like, okay, I'm good. I'm ready to play now. I was ready.
You got it out the way. You got 7,800 yards, 7,829 yards, 108 touchdowns. Man, look, I played high school ball. I was scared to just get 2 touchdowns in my career. You got 108. Incredible. And you don't overrun. I mean, coach will run you, but I mean, you're not always running in the fourth quarter.
Right.
In a lot of these games, I mean, you're getting rest, and you got some young backs like Derek Dew coming behind you and some other guys that help you. But getting LSU, I know that you committed. I know you made a lot of people happy in Louisiana. What and I know when guys like you commit early, you can be a guy that can help other guys fall in place in the state. How important you think it is to commit, Trey, that early to help bring other kids from Louisiana to LSU?
The reason I committed, when I was down there, I was basically like studying like the whole facility. And then me and Brian Kelly, he took me out one-on-one. Like, he took me to his office and he was like, you know, I can't let you leave the state. And I was like, yes, sir, I already know it. And then I was just like looking at his rings that he won at Notre Dame. It was 19 of them, I still remember. And was like, I need you to come help me win this 20th one. And then he was like, once you commit, it brings everybody in. See, me, I just put a tweet on Twitter trying to get this receiver that everybody's talking about, 5-star. I think he go to Catholic. I just put a tweet on Twitter about that to try to get him to come.
Oh, Sampson, right?
Oh, yeah, that's him.
Shelton. Yeah, is that y'all become friends, you and Shelton?
Exactly. We became friends when I was down at LSU.
Well, he's the receiver version of you at running back. I mean, he's the number one guy, you know.
Exactly. And I mean, I feel like if you're from Louisiana, a high prospect, you should stay at LSU. I mean, why take talent somewhere else?
And then I think Marion Miller ended up joining y'all in the class from North Caddo. Another great. Yeah, he's a North Louisiana boy you got to help LSU with, right? North Louisiana? Yeah. Coach, speaking of Trey, talk about Trey. We're going to keep interviewing Trey, but what has it been like to be a head coach coaching this young man?
You know, he's one of those players. He makes things easy for you. You know, he can take a small hole. He can take a big hole. He'll put the team on his back at any point in the game, and has tried to do that since he was an 8th grader. You know, I don't have to worry about his work ethic. I know where his mindset was from the time I watched him play Pee Wee ball, and you know what he had going for him, and he just has all the intangibles. It's not just the speed and the quickness and the strength. It's everything. You know, he's got it all. He's got it in his head. He's got it in his heart. And, you know, it's just been a fun time over the last 4 years. This will be the 5th year to watch this young man play and be able to coach him. And I can't wait to see him on the next level as well.
I got to throw these stats out to brag about you, Trey. Freshman year, 1,266 yards, 7 touchdowns. Freshman year. Sophomore year, 2,594 yards. Not bad. That's usually some guys don't hit that as a senior. And this is what impresses me about you. 372 yards catching the ball and 3 touchdowns as a receiver last year. I mean, you got good hands.
Exactly.
How do you feel about when you're out in out on that island with that corner?
Oh, I tell the quarterback, look for me every time. Every time you throw it, I'm
Coach, I mean, you could do anything you want for Trey, right? I mean, you could, if you want him to catch more balls, I mean, just whatever you want to put in offense, huh?
Yeah, you know, you take Trey and say you were in a spread system and a slot receiver, I'd hate to know what he would do to people. But, you know, he can do the same thing at running back. But when you do give him a mismatch of him versus one person or him versus 2, that's a big mismatch, because him versus 9 is still a mismatch. So, yeah, there's a lot of things he can do. And, yeah, he has great hands. And don't worry, I'm a big eye-pro guy, run the football. My offensive coordinator is old school eye-pro. And I still tell him to try to throw him the ball every once in a while.
Well, I want to say this, and Coach knows this, Trey knows this already. Y'all might throw the ball like 2% of the time, so you caught 1% of the passes.
Exactly.
And y'all got some tight ends that could be all state, but I mean, they need to be blockers. I know you're big on that, you know.
You know, they set the edge to open up any run game you got. You look at like Armani Shelburne, who's a cousin of Bobby Holly. Bobby plays for Birmingham Stallions right now at H-back and tight end. So yeah, these guys, you know, them tight ends take a lot of pride in their stuff too. They don't get the receptions.
That's what I like about your guys. I mean, they're unselfish guys. They do where you need them, do what you tell them to do, and for the team, for the team to win. But we're gonna take a break. We'll come back. I want to talk about speed. Trey can run, man. I mean, he's one of them rare under 4.4 guys. There's not a lot of them like that. And I want to mention how I think he reminds me of the legendary Kevin Falk from LSU. And ask Trey if you remember, or have you seen a little bit on Kevin Falk's game in the past? He played 4 Super Bowls with the New England Patriots. 5'9", 200 and something pounds. That reminds me a lot of Trey, the way he runs the ball. He played quarterback at Karen Crow because that's where they needed him.
Exactly.
We'll be right back with more Trey Holly from Union Parish and head coach Joe Spatafora. We'll be right back.
If you need a paint job or repairs to your vehicle, go see Medine's Collision Center located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on Kincaid Avenue. The number to call is 357-7983. That's 357-7983. Your Baton Rouge Accident Advisors.
Welcome back. Lee Brecheen, your host. We got Trey Holly, Union Parish running back. Coach Spatafora and Trey, man, he's on that phone talking to recruits, talking to buddies. I mean, in that generation, it's never ending. That phone is like your best friend, huh, Trey?
Yeah.
Coach, y'all have time out with cell phones at school? How's that work?
Yeah, we keep those cell phones away from us here. What they compare to school, that's not as much my rules. But down here, as long if we're working and those things are put away, of course, if we're not, there's always time to play and we have a good time.
Right.
We got Joe Spatafora, head coach of Union Parish, Trey Holly, running back, Union Parish, commit to LSU. Me and Joe are old enough to remember there was no cell phones in high school, right, Coach?
That's right.
Can you realize that, Trey? No cell phones in high school?
I wouldn't be able to last. I couldn't make it.
We had pay phones. You needed
That's right.
you need $1 in quarters in your pocket, and you need to stop and get on a cell phone. I mean, a pay phone somewhere.
Yeah, if you had anything, you may have had a pager, and that really wasn't something to keep around. But that was about it. If somebody had a pager,
right. That's when you tell your mom, "I'm going fishing. I'll be back in a couple hours." She couldn't call you. But Trey, speaking of recruits, I mean, you said that you went 7-on-7 a lot of these national recruits,
Right.
in Arkansas, Texas guys, but any guys that stick out to you from out of state that you want to get in the class at LSU?
I wanted to try to get this guy named Isaiah, but he committed to Jackson State not too long ago. And I want to try to get one of my personal DBs on our team, Cam. I want to try to get him down with me at LSU as well. And then it's another old lineman. I think his name is Chase. I forgot where he's from. Hold on. But I want this is his Instagram right here.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all see it.
Okay. Yeah. That's a New Jersey boy.
Exactly. I wanted to try to get him.
Yeah, New Jersey.
Right. He had texted me like, he was like, "You want me to come block for you at LSU?" I'm like, "Why not? Come down." So like every time he posts like he on an official visit, I always send a tiger.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, you got to get this All-American O-lineman to join you, right, Coach?
That's exactly right. That's one thing. Our old linemen are big, but they're not as big as those boys he's gonna run behind at LSU.
That kid you're talking about, Chase, he's 6'5", about 3. I think he runs 4'7".
Exactly.
Holy moly,
man! That guy.
And he benches 4 1/4 right now, Coach.
Man,
wow.
He did 225. He did like 25 to 30 times, just doing it.
You gotta sell him, Trey. I mean, that could be your that could be 1,000 yards worth of blocking right there, man.
That's exactly right.
I think I got to take him like to eat some dinner or something. I got to have him.
Find out if it's crawfish, gumbo, whatever, man, something. Speaking of food, and I know North Louisiana is king of barbecue, king of meats and stuff like that. Y'all have seafood, but I mean, South Louisiana, what do you like, Trey? What do you like out of gumbo, etouffee?
My favorite food is jambalaya.
Oh, okay.
Baton Rouge, that's what they known for. So I know I'm gonna have a good time down there with food.
Have you had any pasta line?
Pasta, no, sir, I haven't.
That trumps jambalaya to me.
Yeah.
And
I know they know how to barbecue down there. So I mean, I'm at home.
Hey, you got to get you some pasta lie before the game. Just see a big old black skillet, and they cooking it early in the morning, and it's the best thing, man. They got chicken, shrimp,
I need
sausage, and it's more moist. Now I'm gonna get some people who are gonna be mad at me about jambalaya. I love jambalaya now.
Man.
It's that pasta lie, man. Coach, speaking of the district, and I'll let Trey answer this too, but what do you think about the teams in the district? Very competitive, man. I mean, North Louisiana is known for tough kids, tough linemen, big guys. What's it like every year to, roll out and have to play these defenses in your district?
Oh, it's a good challenge. And the thing about it is all these young men, they get along well. They tweet each other during the week, ready for the contest and the games. But that district is, and if you look at it, the district, I mean, for the last couple of years, somebody out of our district's been playing for a state championship back since about 2013. So, I mean, it is a great district. It's a big rivalry. And it's fun. And like I said, it's great to have a district that prepares you for the playoffs.
Trey, you've been in the Dome, playing championship game. What's it like being in a state championship game, the feeling? I know every game's big, but to be in a state title game, I mean, this man right here prepares you as good as anybody, but how hyped are you before game time coming out? After team's over, when y'all go back out, how hyped are you?
Playing in the Dome, that's like the very first game of the season. Like, it ain't nothing compared to playing in the state championship game in New Orleans. Then like everybody's there, different teams, everybody's just watching you. Yeah. That to me felt like a college game. Like I was just hyped. Like I was just ready to play. That's it.
Coach, when you doing that week of preparation for the Dome or Shreveport, wherever you're playing, do you have you guys lift? Y'all still lift, huh? Y'all still do your norm?
Oh, yes, sir. We still lift, and ice baths every Thursday or the day before the game, whatever that may be. So we still get all that in. We change, keep our routine as structured and as simple as it's been all year.
I've never asked that before, but when you go to the Dome, do you bring your own weights?
You know, if I had to, I would. But the way it's worked out is, I mean, we go Monday through Thursday anyway. So we left Thursday after we lifted. So it worked now. And we were able to get ice baths. Now, in 2013, when we were there, we weren't. So I took them in, I don't know, 4 or 5 groups in the hotel weight room. And then that night, I made them get their ice bath in the pool. And they said they'd rather been in an ice bath any day than that pool.
Well, man, if somebody's smart and hears this interview, they would put in like a gym for that weekend, right? Somebody, you know, right? You love that, huh, Coach? Having like a real big gym put in. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about LSU. We're going to talk about the local schools, Tech, down the street, Northwestern, ULM or Monroe. All those high schools, man, Ruston in the area. You're talking about Dearborn Woods. You talk about Ouachita down the road, Neville, West Monroe, Sterlington, Oak Grove. I mean, it's one after another. Phenomenal programs, Ouachita Christian. We can keep going on and on. We'll be right back.
Be sure to take your car and truck for all your tire needs to Treads and Care Tire Company located in Central. The number to call is 331-8144. Family owned and operated since 1971. That's Treads and Care Tire Company.
Welcome back. Lee Brecheen, your host, the Sports Scouting Report. And we got the stadium behind us at Union Parish. We got Joe Spatafora, the head coach. We got Trey Holly, man. They moved outside for us. We didn't have a signal in the school. And Joe's like, we got it. And bam, like 2 minutes, man. I got chairs, got a table. Everything's good. I want to ask Trey, who can take who in the bench press right now between coach and you?
If we ripping like 225, then I say me. But like if we just like steady, like just going up, he be trying to do like military type stuff. Like he'll have his feet up in the air benching. I was like, so I say I get after him in that.
So what would be your best max 220? I mean bench.
You talking about like as far as I can go up?
Yeah, like if obviously now it's about doing a bunch of 225, but like what do you think total would be for you?
Total, I could bench 300.
That's strong, man. That's strong.
He did 225 for 17. So there's no doubt he could do 300. I mean, he did 325 on his clean.
Right.
And I can't hang with him on that. Then he squatted over. I'm not hanging with him on that either.
He's got those smaller, the shorter, compact arms to get.
He's explosive, very explosive.
Yeah, coach got longer arms, a little tougher to get it up. Strong-wise, coach, in the history of the school, who are a couple of guys that were some of the strongest linemen you had come through?
Oh, I got you talk about like from the 13 team right guard, Kasabian Joyner, he still holds the state record in powerlifting at 535 on his bench press.
Oh.
This is in a t-shirt. This isn't one of those bench shirts.
535 bench?
Yes.
Wow.
That whole group at 13, those were some really strong guys. But did over the year, Trey, pound for pound, is one of the strongest that's ever come through. I don't know if you remember back in 2008, LaDarian Brown was a running back here. He was one of the strongest pound for pound guys to ever come through. Gosh, there's so many. Jaden Washington, who graduated this year. A big Andrew White. I mean, them guys, I tell you, there were some strong son of a guns come through.
I'm going to tell you what, I watched Jay with 4 years for you. And I'm going to tell you, that guy was a beast. I mean, 290, 6'1", rock. Like, he looked like granite rock. I mean, a lot of guys 290 in high school, they still need to redo their body, but he was just a chiseled lineman.
Was, and he was one of those that really loved his job. Man. He loved to put you on your back.
Yeah, a lot of pancakes. I would not want to be a 180 linebacker against that boy. Trey, speaking of running game and being a back, what do you think of when you wake up and say, all right, I'm going to college pretty soon. I got a year of high school left. What do you need to work on to be a complete guy, to be at that next level at LSU? What do you think it is?
See, like right now, I still feel like I got a lot to work on. Like people say I'm good, but I don't think I'm good just yet because I know I still a lot I got to learn. But overall, I think I need to like work on mental stuff, like just mainly just be focused. Work on speed, obviously. Keep that up footwork, keep good footwork. But overall, I say I don't know. It's hard. It's hard.
Right. Well, I like your attitude though. If you keep knowing you need to keep learning, you're not get full of yourself. You're gonna be a great kid that just very modest. I like your vision. That's what people don't talk about a lot. And Coach me talked about it. I mean, the way you hit that hole, that first guy will never get you, and you just boom, 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 and all of a sudden you're 50 yards down the field, 40 yards down the field. But a lot of those backs don't have that little burst, that little vision. And you're able to plant that foot and bang, bang, go left to right. And that's not a lot. And you're doing it at 200 plus pounds now. And, that's where I think SEC fans, LSU fans are excited. That's where you remind me of Kevin Falk, because Kevin at 5'9", he could plant that foot and bam. I mean, he was like a rocket hitting that hole. And all of a sudden you're looking at the back of his jersey and he's got a first down, and he did that. I think Kevin Falk ran for 3,000 yards at LSU, which is incredible. Almost 4,000 maybe. Trey, all the running backs that came through LSU, you've had some great running backs come out of LSU. A lot of them in the NFL now. Leonard Fournette, Darius Geis, Clyde Edwards, Hellier. I mean, another guy that's built like you, a little shorter than you. Anybody stick out that you like former LSU running backs?
I like Clyde Edwards. That's my favorite running back. That man, he reminds me of me. He got heart, and he don't let the size underfool. He don't care about that.
Oh, Kevin Falk had 4,557 yards at LSU, which is great. That's crazy numbers in the SEC. Also, you got Darrell Williams from LSU in the NFL with the Chiefs, from John Ehret High School. He didn't even start at LSU, and he's been in the NFL 7 years. Isn't that crazy? Joseph Adai was a great one. Rondell Mealy. You can go on and on and on. The great ones. The late Billy Cannon. Coach, what do you think of your guy with the SEC with LSU? You watch a lot of ball. You've seen all these backs come out. What do you think? How LSU could use him at the next level when he gets there?
I think he's as versatile as you get. You can throw him the ball out of the backfield. You can hand him the ball. As you said, he's got great vision and instinct. And, I think with what they do and what have always done, just kind of like us, they, everything branches off that run. And there's a lot of stuff that we don't do that I know that they'll be able to implement with him. And, it even help him be more successful in moving the ball and the change and things like that. So I can't wait to see how they use him and things they do with him and see how he thrives and moves on from here.
I'll tell you what, Kelly likes to run the football.
Man, when I went to spring, I was at the spring game. It was like the first 10 plays was like run plays. And I was like, yeah, this is where I want to be right here.
Well, Bradford and Emory are going to get the ball a lot. John's going to be an NFL guy. Bradford's a beast, 220, 6'1", from Lancaster, Texas. They got a couple other ones. But, yeah, I mean, you got a guy who likes to wear you out, then throw it. And Notre Dame, he would pound on everybody. And he loves building his own lines like Joe.
That's what I was going to say. He loved, that's one thing me and Trey talked about when he first got the job was he likes big old linemen, Trey. They're going to be fun to run behind. There's no doubt about it. So I know that and how he believes in that old line, and I think that's big.
I think we got one more segment. Or Coach, we'll be right back. In this segment coming up, we're going to have fun. We're going to talk NFL. We'll get Trey's favorite NFL guys. Coach, see how much NFL that you watch in college ball. Who do you like to watch a lot on Saturday? I know Coach works a lot like a lot of high school coaches, but I love Saturday college football. I love college football.
I do. I watch football all day.
I love it, man. I don't care if it's the Mountain West, I'm watching football, but we'll be right back.
Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life. Gage has served Louisiana for over 40 years. Let Gage create a custom-tailored solution for your business and become your partner in technology. Give them a call today at 225-753-4243 and help your business get better connected with Gage.
Welcome back. We've got Trey Holly from Union Parish High School and also Coach Joe Spatafora, the head football coach, the strongest head football coach in the state of Louisiana. I think if there was a bench press high school coaching event, Coach would win that one. And also we want to talk about NFL. Trey, who do you like in NFL? You got anybody you follow?
Like position wise or like overall?
Teams.
Oh, see, me, I really ain't got a favorite team, but like if I was like to pick a team, I'll go with the Saints just because they like from Louisiana. But like player wise, I like Clyde, I like Saquon Barkley, and I like Alvin.
Kamara and Barkley have been hurt the last year or two, huh?
They can't stay healthy.
Yeah, and they need to get Barkley some linemen with the Giants. They need to get him some.
He need help bad.
You need to talk to Barkley if you can get with him because that Jersey boy is from the same hometown that you're trying to recruit.
I can talk to him.
I like watching LSU and all the state schools, but I like watching USC, LSU. I like pulling for if LSU's not in it, I like pulling for Georgia, teams like that. I even like Penn State and Ohio State, Wisconsin. They play tough ball. You know,
They do.
Coach, who do you like watching?
Of course, LSU, but my favorite teams are LSU, Arkansas, and Notre Dame. But on Saturday, I watch it all.
You like me, 11 o'clock comes.
That's it. It's on.
Get you some orange juice after working out in the morning.
That's right.
It's at 11, even if it's Penn State and Iowa State, you know, I'm watching it early in the morning.
I'm flipping through Huddle on my phone, looking at some of the game film, and then I'm watching football all day. And then Sunday when I get up, it's time just to worry about, you know, what I got to do in my game. So,
Coach, is there a more charismatic Arkansas head coach than the one there now at Arkansas? I mean, that guy's a trip, isn't he?
He is. And, you know,
what do you think of him?
I think he's a good guy. I think he does a good job. I think their total program, and all sports is headed in the right direction there, too. Everybody in the SEC better watch out. You know, I mean, them dudes are making a run and everything.
They've always had good quarterbacks and running backs. But if they can get them a defense, you know.
That's right.
Get them a defense. Coach, tell everybody where you're from originally and everything. Tell them about where Coach is from.
I'm from Monroe originally, but Monroe, Louisiana, but I actually ended up transferring to Farmville over here as a sophomore in high school, so ended up graduating from here.
Transplant, Monroe guy. Transplant. There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, my mom's family's from here. Anyway, that's where she grew up. So, I've got them in both places. All the Spataforas are in Monroe, and then all my mom's family, the Hicks and Bryants, are over here in Farmville. So, totally different backgrounds and raisins there, but it's good and, you know, real great atmosphere over here. That's one thing I like about these young men. They're just real down to earth over here in Union Parish.
I want to ask you, speaking of the people in Union Parish, I went to a game 17 years ago there, and it was raining. And the opposing team, I think the bus turned in the wrong spot or whatever. And look, it's intense, man. The fans there are intense. The people are intense. I think the grandmas are intense. I mean, it's an intense place, but you want that. And as an opposing team, you don't want to go play in the rain at Union Parish. And I mean, it's not the place you want to go if you're not used to playing.
No, it's not. If you're not used to playing in the rain and cold, deep in the playoffs, this is not a fun place to go.
I was there. I saw it. Y'all won that night too, 17 years ago. Trey, so much, like I said, you got a year coming up. What do you think? Y'all had a tough loss in the state championship game, and I know that stuck with you. I know you and Coach, I mean, it's got to be a chip on your shoulder, you know, coming up short, but having a chance to go back again, your senior year, what's that feel for you going into the summer? I mean, it's almost here, man. August is almost here for Jamboree.
My mindset is still state championship, but overall, it's getting these guys better because I know I'm going to end up leaving soon. So my goal is to get these guys better so that I can leave my mark here. Like I want to go out with these guys getting better each and every day. The backs that's behind me look up to me, so I want to get those guys better as well. But my goal was for this season is to be better than what I was last year and win a ring before I leave.
Well, I'll tell you what, the way you sound, when you're done with the NFL and coach is still there, you sound like you got an opening there on the staff if you come back.
Coming back.
Coach?
Definitely coming back.
You ever thought about being a coach one day when you're done?
That's what I want to. That's what I want to do. That's exactly what I want to do.
I'm hearing it from you, man. I'm hearing like a 30-year-old talk, right, Coach?
That's what I want to do.
You're mature beyond your years, Trey. I know the LSU fans are going to watch this, and they're going to be pumped, man. But anything to say to the LSU fans? You got anything to tell them?
What I want to tell LSU fans, come out, support, let's go win.
We right back. Go ahead, say it again. We lost it for a second. Okay.
Support and let's go win a national championship.
There you go. There you go. Coach, any final thoughts about the team coming up and your thoughts on this year? Every year's a grind, but
it is, and every year we got the same goal. And the thing about Trey in this class right here, as a freshman, they're in the semis, sophomore state runner-up and junior state runner-up. So they've got a lot of great experience and leadership to go off of. And I can't wait to see these guys push it for us this year.
I'm excited, man, because when I watch Union Parish, if you're not ready to go on a wrestling match for 60 minutes, you're not going to do very well. And that's credit to you, Joe, and the way you got these guys and guys like Trey. The mindset is full go. And if you don't match it, you're not going to win the game. But really enjoy watching Union Parish play. And good luck to you guys. And Coach, thanks for everything you do to help us, man.
Thank you guys for all you do.
Thank you, guys. And don't work too hard. Don't hit too many weights in the weight room, man. Take a day off. Hey, Joe, Trey, get him to take a day off, Trey.
I done tried already. It ain't happening.
All right, guys. All right, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna end the show. This will be played on Monday, next Monday, and it'll be our show, which is really a big day for us. Statewide, you can go on YouTube and catch it. You could go on Podbean, wherever you get your podcasts. We're on all the major apps. We also have it on our website, lafootballmagazine.com. And I want to mention, Union Parish, as always, is going to be in our preview magazine. And Trey is going to be featured in there a pretty good bit. He's on the All Louisiana team. I want to tell you that. Obviously, I didn't tell you yet.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
All Louisiana team.
I'm ready to see it.
I'll have your bio in there, and also under Union Parish with the other players for Union Parish. It'll come out. If you're watching, you can go to lafootballmagazine.com. To pre-order issues, we're going to mail Coach his copy in August like we do every year. But go to lafootballmagazine.com. We'll see everybody on Wednesday.
Thanks for listening to the Sports Scouting Report podcast with Lee Brecheen.